A new WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is now open in Martinsburg, offering 10,000 square feet of clinic space with exam rooms, procedure rooms, diagnostic capabilities, and a dedicated patient entrance waiting area. At the WVU Heart and Vascular Institute, our board-certified physicians are performing groundbreaking procedures using cutting-edge techniques to provide world-class healthcare close to home. Visit the expanded WVU HVI Clinic on the Berkeley Medical Center campus, a department of Berkeley Medical Center.
We're the Skinner brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. It's time for the fun of a summertime tradition with Little League All-Star Baseball.
Play ball!
And now, let's go to the ballpark and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
As the sun pokes out from behind the rain clouds, finally, we're here ready for baseball after a 2-hour rain delay here from Petersburg, West Virginia. Welcome in to the Michael Brothers Baseball Complex for the District 6 tournament here in 10 to 12 Little League Baseball here in the state of West Virginia. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin here with you for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, set for the first game of this 10 to 12 District tournament between Hedgesville and Pendleton County. Nick Verzolini, our cameraman this evening. Spencer Dupuis back in the studio. Colin, Hedgesville was able to be the runners-up in Area 1 after their win earlier this week against Morgan County, and here they are trying to advance to the state tournament, their first game here against Pendleton County.
Yeah, and for those that might be for the first time tuning in, the double elimination carries over, so it's still a win-or-go-home situation for these two teams. If they win, they play the loser of the next game between Martinsburg and Moorfield. And if they lose, as I said, they go home. So it's a big game for them to take another step to that state championship opportunity.
Right, yeah, the winner of Martinsburg and Moorfield following this game will advance right to the state tournament. The winner of this one will have to win again to be that second team that advances. Right now we'll get you the lineups and rosters for both teams here. For the away side in this game, Pendleton County batting first, number 5, first baseman Landon Davis. Batting second, catcher number 99, Jackson Simon. Batting third, second baseman number 24, Cohen Hyatt. Batting cleanup, shortstop number 21, Mason Miller. Batting fifth, third baseman number 26, Bryce Probst. Batting sixth, number 40, the pitcher, Jaden Gardner. And then batting seventh, center fielder number 13, Wyatt Haynes. Number 18, Jackson Weimer. In right field will be batting eighth. Left field, number 9, Hayden Kimball will be batting ninth. And then 10th, number 22, Colton Jackson, your only extra hitter for the 10-man roster for Pendleton County. On the other side, home team for this one, Hedgesville. Batting first in center field, number 11, Logan Harper. Batting second, first baseman, number 00, Carter Boyd. In the 3-hole, second baseman, number 8, Aiden Fuller. Pitcher, number 7, Landon Funk, will be batting fourth. In the 5-hole, third baseman, number 21, Jackson Stopp. Batting sixth, extra hitter, number 18, Michael Forney. Batting seventh, catcher, number 77, Jace Whittington. Batting eighth, extra hitter, number 17, Reed Michael. Batting ninth, right fielder, number 20, Will Meyer. Batting 10th, number 46, shortstop Chase Munyon. 11th hole, number 34, extra hitter Kevin Blosser. And batting 12th, number 22, left fielder Austin Jordan. We'll take a 2-minute break for the national anthem. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna call my parents. Dad, come over. The brisket's done.
The Traeger Connected Experience. Everything you need for epic flavor, and then some.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Back to the Michael Brothers Baseball Complex here in Petersburg, West Virginia. We get set for first pitch between Hedgesville and Pendleton County, first game of the district tournament here in the 10-12 Little League All-Star. So, Colin, this is a game, again, like you mentioned, win or go home. So it's going to be a big game for both of these teams as they try to get through the state tournament.
Yeah, and we're just lucky that it's going to get played, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. A rain delay right as they were getting ready to take infield around 3:30. A storm came in that lasted probably a good 15 to 30 minutes of just downpour. So when you look down on the field, mostly at the sides, you weren't sure if they were going to be able to clean this one up and get these two games in. But with the tarp on the infield, things look really solid. Great job by all the hard workers today to make sure this field was playable. Yes, it took 2 hours, but still get to play baseball and still get to hopefully see some good baseball.
Right. I think, honestly, we were kind of in awe of what we were seeing from this grounds crew to take what had happened, what was going on out on this field on the dirt and the sides by the dugout to get all of that standing water off of the side and drained out of the field and get the quick dry on the field to get this dirt and infield into a playable condition, and they were able to do it. So here we go, Hedgesville and Pendleton County right now.
It's the coaches shaking hands with the umpires before we get started, exchanging lineups as well.
All right, so we'll start out top of the first. It'll be Hedgesville pitching to Pendleton County. Again, Landon Funk will start out on the mound for Hedgesville. He had a really impressive performance in that runner-up game in the area tournament against Morgan County, striking out 6 in 3 hitless innings. As the Hedgesville Little League team finally runs out onto the field, get Landon Funk his warm-up pitches, but he was the second pitcher in a very impressive performance on the mound for Hedgesville in that one. Center fielder Logan Carter struck out 7 in the first 3 innings of that one, gave up 2 hits to Morgan County, but then Landon Funk came in and retired every batter that he saw outside of 2 walks.
Yeah, I'm looking for some good pitching today from both teams in each of the 2 games that we'll have for you. Funk is a strike first type of pitcher out there, so looking for him to hit that strike zone early, get ahead in the count against Pendleton County to get some quick outs. What I'm also wondering is if we see any errors, how this field might play out still with some patches or not, and also with the limited amount of infield warm-up time. Both teams are given 10 minutes before the game, but they both elected to only take about half of that each, so we'll see how things play out with that.
Right, you had the tarp covering the infield, but the outfield is, according to what we heard from the people that were out on the field, is in really good condition, but that's probably just for, what it could be in with how much rain came down. I'm sure there's still going to be some wet spots and some slipping and sliding going out in the outfield, but this infield, for the most part, in the middle, where you're going to see a lot of shortstop and second base, and the first baseman and third baseman, for the most part, moving around is pretty dry as it was under the tarp, but down by the foul lines and behind home plate, you can still tell it's a lot darker. And so they did their great work to get, like we said, all that standing water off, but still, there could be some trouble as we finally get our first batter up to the plate for Pendleton County. Landon Davis, number 5, first baseman, and Landon Funk, as he was about to throw the first pitch into him. Umpire calls time. Now Davis will step back in. First pitch from Landon Funk comes in low for ball 1. So due up, bottom of the first for Pendleton County's Davis, Simon, and Hyatt. And it'll be a bunt attempt fouled straight back over our heads here in the press box. Brings the count to 1-1 for Landon Davis. Landon versus Landon to start things out. Different spellings. Another one fouled straight back by Davis into the fence behind home plate. 1-2. Funk gets ahead. And then the 1-2 from Funk, hit on a line to third base. Caught on the line by Jackson Stop. Went to a knee, was able to bring it in before it hit the ground. So it's 1 down through 1 batter for Landon Funk out on the mound.
Number 2,
Jackson Simon steps in. First pitch hits this one in the center field. Good line drive base hit for Pendleton County, getting their first base runner up on the board.
Yeah, he saw the ball well in that one and was able to time it up just to hit it right back up, and now have a base runner on, see if they can put some pressure early against Hedgesville or not.
Funk will wind up for his first pitch to Cohen Hyatt on the ground to stop at third. He goes to a knee, throws it to second, gets the second out of the inning at second base. Jackson Simon couldn't quite beat the throw there. Fielder's choice makes it 2 out. Now Cohen Hyatt replaces Simon as the runner at first base.
That's a tough play to make, a very impressive stop there by the third baseman, and to take the force out as well.
The first pitch is a strike looking to the cleanup hitter, number 21, Mason Miller, the shortstop. So Landon fires again. This one fouled off to the first base side. Makes it 0-2.
We mentioned before with the smaller diamond, obviously less time it takes for the base runners to get there, so having to try to get that lead runner makes it even tougher because they already are going as soon as the contact is made.
The 0-2 is outside for ball 1 to Miller. He stands in the box again, waits Landon Funk's pitch. This one's fouled straight back. Stays at 1-2. Mason Miller, shortstop, trying to drive in his middle infield mate, Cohen Hyatt. He'll swing at this one, fouled off. Pitch inside, but kept himself alive. So he drops the bat on the base and awaits another 1-2 from Landon Funk. Here's the pitch, and once again, he's able to keep himself alive with another foul ball.
And just extending this at bat as much as he can, get that pitch count up early for Funk as well, too.
We have to see. There has to be another game tomorrow, but there should be enough of a layoff that you can send Funk out here for as long as you want. Another 1-2 from Funk. This one called strike 3. Landon Funk picks up where he left off in the last game. Strikeout pitcher gets his first of the game. No score after the top of the first. Hedgesville and Pendleton County after the 60-second break. We'll be back with the bottom of the first. This is Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce that robotic-assisted total hip and knee replacement with the new Zimmer Biomet ROSA is now offered right here in the Eastern Panhandle at both Berkeley Medical Center and Jefferson Medical Center. The information provided by the ROSA results in more precise and accurate hip and knee replacements than ever before. WVU Medicine is proud to offer this technology and be a leader in orthopedic surgery in the Eastern region. For more info, call 304-725-BONE.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Bottom of the first from Petersburg. First game of this District 6 tournament, the 10-12 Little League Baseball between Hedgesville and Pendleton County. Hedgesville will come to the plate for the first time. Logan Harper steps to the plate, and this is dangerous. His last game against Morgan County, he sent his first at-bat into the outfield bleachers as he swings and misses at the first one. A leadoff home run on the third pitch of the game against Morgan County. It's 0-1 from Pendleton County pitcher Jaden Gardner. The southpaw. There's another foul ball by Harper, makes it 0-2.
Hedgesville liking what they see so far. 2 straight swings by Harper, so let's see if he takes this one, see if they can get him to chase.
And that one's going to be outside.
And that's what Gardner exactly tried to do, was tried to get him to chase on that outside, see if he goes there again now.
Lefty versus lefty here at the plate. And it's another one outside and low from Gardner. As Harper's able to get the count back to even at 2-2. Gardner throws this one in and once again can't quite get it on that outside corner. And a count worked back to full by Logan Harper. Here's the 3-2. And called strike 3 on the outside corner. Harper sent down Jaden Gardner with his first strikeout on the first batter of the game. It sends down the dangerous Logan Harper, who was 3 for 3 against Morgan County in that game to get them here. And now he'll face Carter Boyd. And he's going to swing at the first pitch and will be fouled off. Carter Boyd, the first baseman here tonight. Number 00. Hedgesville here for the first time since 2016 in the district tournament. This one is outside for ball 1.
You look at Boyd in there in that right-handed box, it looks like he should have some power too to potentially hit that one out.
Boyd sends this one in the left, but it's right at the left fielder, Hayden Kimball. And he gets it into the glove route number 2. So quick work in the first 2 batters for Jaden Gardner. And that'll bring up Hedgesville's second baseman number 8, Aiden Fuller. He gets a wide stance in the box. First pitch from Gardner, swung on and missed inside. Gardner's outside foot touching the outside part of the batter's box. Swings and misses on another pitch inside. 0-2 with 2 outs. Gardner with the 0-2. This one hit on the ground to third base side. Probst has it, overthrows first base. So it'll be at least 2 bases for Aiden Fuller, and that's where he will stop. So with 2 outs, Hedgesville is able to get a runner to second base. Aiden Fuller hit one kind of a dribbler over to the third base side. And Props wasn't able to make an accurate throw, so Hedgesville stays alive for the pitcher, Landon Funk.
Yeah, he executed that hit to almost perfection. Probably wanted to get it over into the outfield, but you could tell with his stance he had it open trying to pull that one right down the third base line.
Funk stands in for the first pitch from Gardner. It's high for ball one.
And even if you do keep it in the infield, that tough throw across the diamond, especially during Little League, most of the time is an infield base hit.
This one's popped up to first base. And it'll be Davis over there to make the play in foul territory. And they're able to leave one stranded in scoring position. So still scoreless after one inning here in Petersburg between Hedgesville and Pendleton County. We'll take a 60-second break and be back for the top of the second. This is Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Scoreless through one inning here at the Michael Brothers Baseball Complex in Petersburg, West Virginia. For the District 6 Little League Tournament, ages 10 to 12. Landon Funk back on the mound for Hedgesville after giving up one hit and getting one strikeout, leaving this game scoreless in the top of the first. It'll be Probst, Gardner, and Haynes up for Pendleton County.
Yeah, both pitchers look like they have settled in pretty early so far, and we'll see if that continues throughout this game and have a pitcher's duel, or if the offense for either side can get going.
First pitch from Funk goes by Probst, called strike one. Funk will fire in again, and that one hit him on the arm, it looks like. He tried to avoid that one, ended up putting his arms into it. He'll take first base.
Yeah, he looks to be okay, kind of leaned back. I wasn't sure if maybe it almost hit his bat.
I was wondering the same thing, but umpire says it hit him on the hand or the arm. It's Jaden Gardner, the pitcher, fouls this one off. First pitch of the at-bat for number 40, Jaden Gardner. Here this comes the 0-1 from Funk. He's going to let that one go outside for ball number one. See Probst on first base, and it's swung on and missed by Gardner. 1-2 count now for Funk. So he tries to get at least the first out of this inning. He will wind up and fire this one outside. Evens this thing up at 2-2. So Funk with a strikeout and a walk and a hit so far. As Gardner fouls this one off, keeps himself alive. So right now, clear skies. At least there's no rain coming down, we should say, here in Petersburg. And this is swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the game for Landon Funk. Puts down his fellow pitcher, Jaden Gardner. So now one out and one on for the center fielder, number 13, Wyatt Haynes. First pitch from Funk comes way inside, just barely misses him.
Yeah, that almost looked like it was going to be the second hit batter of this inning to Put 2 on base.
Looked like it had a bit of wind from made his shirt move there. Almost thought that it hit his shirt as this is swung on and missed, makes it 1-1.
Yeah, and he stays inside. Let's see if Funk now gets a spot to pitch outside.
Here's the 1-1, and it's another swing and a miss. And Landon Funk bringing the heat so far. Another 2-strike count. Now with 1 out. And here's the next pitch. And kind of a swinging bunt. There's, but it's fouled off to the first base side. The count stays 1-2.
Yeah, Haynes tried to pull the bat back thinking it was a ball, but then realized he needed to make some contact at the last second.
Funk's 1-2 again is behind Haynes. And Prop stays at first base.
Yeah, he never really got a jump off that.
It didn't seem that he really had the thought to advance, and then by the time he may have thought of it, it was too late. 2-2. Funk, another kind of half swing from Haynes. Gets him to foul it off.
Advancing on pass balls, it looks like, might be hard to come by here as well. Not a lot of distance between home plate and that backstop.
Yeah, you're right. It was like that. It's like that at Oatsdale Park as well. Another 2-2. This one swung on that. Might have hit him, but it's a swing, so it's a foul ball. That one came inside, but Haynes went through. So he'll stay at the plate to get some encouragement from his third base coach.
Yeah, that one's going to sting now as well, so he still has to refocus, keep this at bat alive, even though that might hurt. But
and getting some throws between pitcher and first base.
Looks like we have an issue with some of the baseballs, trying to get some dirt off, or is that something wrong with his mask? It looks like potentially for the home plate umpire.
I think it was the mask, yeah. So the home plate umpire needed some assistance from first base. Make sure everything's all right with his mask. Obviously, it's hard enough to stand in there behind the plate with the mask on. Landon Funk. Here's the next 2-2, and it's another swinging hit, and I think this one did go and hit Haynes once again. They're going to award him first base this time, say that he didn't go around. Another hit by pitch. He's going to put 2 runners on. That one seemed to hurt a little bit.
Haynes is tough. I mean, back-to-back hit by pitches, and first one you didn't get to take your base, so you had to wear the second one as well. And get a visit here.
Yeah, it looks like
settle down Funk a little bit as
he's thrown a lot of pitches inside. It looks like they'll try to, get his mindset right. Talking things out.
Mentioned last inning, lengthy at bats, driving that pitch count up. You want him in this game as long as possible as your starter. Try to get him to go the distance. So if these lengthy at bats and pressure situations continue, you could see him only go 4 innings or so.
29 pitches so far for Landon Funk, as the right fielder Jackson Weimer comes to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Funk, first pitch, swing and a miss by Weimer.
I know with the days off, they still have Harper that can probably go out there and throw for Hedgesville as well, but you probably want to save him for as much as possible if you win this game for tomorrow.
That's right. This one goes by Weimer without a swing for strike number 2. Still scoreless here in the top of the second. Funk throws the 0-2 inside for ball number 1. Runners on first and second for Pendleton County. So winner of this game awaits the loser of Martinsburg and Moorfield following this one. And that's a swing and a miss, strike number 3. Third strikeout of the game for Landon Funk. And they've all gone down swinging. So now 2 outs and 2 on for the left fielder, number 9, Hayden Kimball. Has already made a put out in left field. There's manager of this Pendleton County team, Kyle Kimball. As Hayden steps to the plate, swings and misses at the first pitch from Funk.
He's kind of swinging and backing off that pitch at the same time with his feet.
The 0-1, fouled off by Kimball. And you see that a lot in Little League hitters sometimes, kind of swinging out, stepping outside as they take their swing. But here's the 0-2, swung on and missed, and that's strikeout number 4, 2 straight. He strikes out all 3 outs in this one. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Still no score between Hedgesville and Pendleton County. This is Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Bottom 2 here in Petersburg. Still no score between Hedgesville and Pendleton County in the District 6 10-12 Little League Tournament. Jaden Gardner comes to the mound for his second inning of work. This one's first hit on the ground, a shortstop. Mason Miller makes the play over to first in time for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Jaden Gardner here in the bottom of the second. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Nick Ferzolini, our cameraman, and Spencer Dupuis back in the studio. And next up will be Michael Forney. Jackson's stop grounded out to shortstop. First pitch is outside for ball number 1. Jaden Gardner. His second pitch is hit on the ground to first base after a bit of a bobble. The first baseman, Davis, was able to make the play. Landon Davis makes the putout himself for out number 2.
For a second there, I almost thought Davis was about to lose his glove as that one hopped up and, as you said, bobbled. It kind of hit him in the chest, but he was able to put 2 hands on it and get that out.
First pitch to the catcher, Jace Whittington, is a swing and a miss for strike number 1. It goes past the glove of the catcher as well to the backstop. And number 40 on the mound pitches to number 77 at the plate as he has to duck out of the way. This one goes over his head, evens up the count at 1-1. And this 1-1 pitch is in the dirt for ball number 2. So Jace Whittington with 2 down will try to get something going for Hedgesville here in the bottom of the second as he ducks out of the way of this one. It dodges the inside pitch to make it 3-1 here with 2 down. Pendleton County tries to keep this one scoreless through 2 full innings. This one swing and fouled down the left field line as Kimball goes over and gets the ball in the very corner of the 2 fences, running down the foul line and across the back wall. So full count and 2 outs for Jace Whittington at the plate. Jaden Gardner with the pitch. This one's hit again to left field and again foul. Kimball playing closer over to the line this time, but it was too shallow for him to make a play. He gets it on 1 hop. So it'll be a full count still.
He's fighting right now. If those ones could have been fair, could have probably been trouble, probably a double, if not more, depending on getting the ball back into the infield. But
could have been double trouble, you say?
Double trouble.
3-2 once again. So it's called strike 3. Whittington moved out of the way thinking it was inside. But it's called strike 3, and that'll retire the side's second strikeout of the game through 2 innings for Jaden Gardner. We'll go to the top. We'll go to the top of the third. Still no score here from Petersburg. It's Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Third here from Petersburg. Still no score between Hedgesville and Pendleton County. The winner of this game goes on to be 1 game away from the State Little League Tournament. They'll await the loser of the next game after this one, Martinsburg and Moorfield. Winner of that one will go straight to the state tournament in this double elimination format. Landon Funk out on the mound, giving up 2 walks and 1 hit and 4 strikeouts as he got all 3 outs on strikeouts last time up. And this will be Colton Jackson to start things out, the number 10 hitter, the only extra hitter in the lineup for Pendleton County. Funk winds and throws this one, and it's a little inside as he tries to get out of the way of that one.
Yeah, we'll see if that's an advantage or not for Pendleton to have fewer guys in the lineup to have more opportunities at the plate for their guys.
The 1-0 is a called strike 1. And Funk wasting little time between pitches, fires again, and it's called strike number 2. Colton Jackson, 2 straight pitches, lets them go and sees 2 called strikes. The 1-2 from Funk, this one a little inside for ball number 2. Evens it back up. Jackson taking a step back on both of those inside balls. Here's the 2-2 from Funk, and it's called strike 3. 5 strikeouts through 2 1/3 for Landon Funk, picking up exactly where he left off when he had 6 strikeouts in 3 innings to get Hedgesville here. So now get you to the top of the lineup once again. First pitch to Landon Davis is fouled off.
He's getting those first strikes early, getting ahead in the count so he can have a variety of his pitch selection. He's really relied on that fastball so far today, however, and it's looked solid.
And there's another fastball, this one a little bit outside. They're back to a 1-1 count to Davis, who lined out the third base to start the game. This one inside as Davis has to jump out of the way for that one. 2-1. Been a while since Funk has been behind a hitter. Here's the 2-1. And that one's outside once again. The last 4 outs recorded by Funk have all been strikeouts. And this 3-1 is a ball. And that's going to make Davis go down to first base. So the last 3 base runners for Pendleton County have all been on walks. That one the traditional sense. Last two before that were both hit by pitches. This one's going to be Jackson Simon, who got himself the only hit of the game so far for Pendleton County last time up. Fouls that one out. 0-1. So now Landon Funk steps and fires again. This one over the head of the third baseman. A little bit of a bobble in left field. It's going to be a single for Jackson Simon once again. He's going to get all the way to second on the throw-in. Not in time at third base to get Landon Davis. And now it's runners on second and third with one out for Pendleton County.
So here we go. Let's see if they can bring him home. Infield corners, it looked like, might come in, potentially expecting a bunt.
And that one's going to hit him. Cohen Hyatt, first pitch of the at-bat, is going to get a hit. He had a fielder's choice first time up. Got himself to first base.
That's the third hit batter today for Funk.
Fourth walk
bases.
So in between strikeouts.
Are we seeing a pitching change?
We might be. This is, or it's only the first mound visit of this inning, at the very least. But it does look like we might be getting the ball taken from him. We'll see. Talking things out. So far, through 2 1/3 innings, Landon Funk, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, 2 hits.
It looks like we are seeing a pitching change.
It is, so we'll take a 60-second break, and we'll see who we have up on the mound. This is Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 Little League Baseball. We'll be back in 60 seconds after this pitching change.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back and forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Welcome back to the Michael Brothers Baseball Complex here in Petersburg, West Virginia. Pitching change for Hedgesville. Still no score, but the bases are loaded with 1 out. As Aiden Fuller will step on the mound for Hedgesville. It looks like Reed Michael has come out to third base. I believe Jackson's stop has moved from third to second. And Landon Funk has gone to become an extra hitter. The first pitch to Mason Miller. Fouled off by the third base dugout. Makes it 0-1. Miller struck out swinging first time up. That was the first strikeout of the game for Landon Funk. Tough spot for Fuller coming in with the bases loaded in a scoreless game. His second pitch will be inside for a ball. So here's the 1-1 from Fuller. Miller fouls this one back towards the press box. Makes it 1-2. And bases loaded with 1 out in this 0-0 game. Top of the third, another foul ball from Mason Miller. Big opportunity here for Pendleton County. They're getting that big strikeout pitcher, Landon Funk, out of the game after he had some control issues. 4 walks. And Mason Miller, foul ball down the first base line. He was almost able to keep that one, but it kept hooking.
Yeah, that one, if it stays fair, probably scores 2. Put Pendleton up early. Still have the opportunity.
Base runners still have to be careful if they go on a hit. Only 1 down. Fuller This one's outside and low, evens things back up at 2.
Surprised that the infield's not in a little bit more to try to get the out at home first if it's a grounder.
The 2-2. Miller swings with a big to left field. It's a fair ball. Just barely down the line. One will score. Another one will come across. It's 2 runs, and here comes a third to the plate. Reed Michael throw to home. Not in time. It's a bases clearing triple for Mason Miller. And just like that, Pendleton County has a 3-run lead after a scoreless game. 3-0.
Yeah, they had the opportunity to get Cohen there, that potential 3rd run, but the throw to Whittington was too high. He had to jump up before bringing that tag down. That gave him just enough time to slide in safely.
And that'll be Bryce Probst up to bat again. He was the first hit batter of 3 that Funk had. Third baseman number 26 gets the second pitch in from Fuller, and that'll be a strike to even the count at 1-1. Next pitch, chopper down the line, put out at first base, throw to home, not in time. Carter Boyd tried to step on the bag at first, then throw home, but Miller beats the tag, and it's 4-0 Pendleton County.
That's a tough play to make. The decision needs to be made immediately on whether to throw home, see if you can get that out, or if you go for the double play.
First pitch swung on a miss by the pitcher, Jaden Gardner. They'll go to 0-1 as Fuller, very least now, has empty bases to work with. But not before 4 runs by Pendleton County. Another swing and a miss makes it 0-2. So now Fuller 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. And there it is, another swing and miss by Jaden Gardner. First strikeout for Aiden Fuller. But again, a 4-run top of the 3rd inning for Pendleton County gets us away from this scoreless game. 4-0 Pendleton as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. This is Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you...
Number 1, First Parsons.
Welcome back to Petersburg. The District 6 10-12 Little League Tournament. First pitch at the bottom of the 3rd to Hedgesville's Reed Michael is outside for ball 1. Pendleton County now up 4-0 after a 4-run top of the 3rd. Jaden Gardner gets Michael to swing and miss at this one. So it's a bases clearing triple by Mason Miller in the top of the 3rd to make it 3-0. Now Reed Michael fouls this one off, makes it 1-2. Then Miller was able to come home on a fielder's choice to first base. Here's the 1-2 by Gardner. This one's fouled and out of play. So we'll see if Gardner can keep up the good work. Only 1 base runner so far for Hedgesville. Colin, you had game changer up there. If you can double check if that was ruled an error or a hit.
Pull it back up. Give me a second.
As this one comes in at 2-2. It was Aiden Miller, the pitcher, who has been the 1 base runner so far. Here's the 2-2. And that's a swing and a miss, strike number 3, the 3rd strikeout for Jaden Gardner. That's 2 straight strikeouts. So he got Jace Whittington looking to end the 2nd. Now he gets another one to start the 3rd.
They rolled it a hit for Hedgesville, so they do have 1 hit.
All right, there you go.
There's still 1 error for Pendleton, but that was a different time.
Here's the next pitch. First one to Will Myers, ruled strike number 1. Number 20, the right fielder, Meyer hitting in the 9 spot for Hedgesville, as they do have a full 12-man roster and lineup. Pendleton only having 10. Second pitch was fouled off, 0-2. So now Gardner, the southpaw, throws it, and that's a half swing, popped up to second base, and Cohen Hyatt will make the play. So 2 straight put down here in the bottom of the third. Pendleton County looks to have a clean inning after going up by 4 runs.
Yeah, Gardner's been efficient so far. That's only his 33rd pitch today, 22 of them for strikes, so pounding that strike zone, working quickly to.
Down to the 10 spot in the lineup for Hedgesville, it's Chase Munyon who will take the first pitch for a strike. 3 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed so far for Jaden Gardner. And his 0-1 will be outside for ball 1. Stepping back into the box is Munyon, awaiting the 1-1, and it's inside as he steps out of the way.
Yep, he's really trying to work all 4 corners of this strike zone.
The 2-1 from Gardner. Swing and a miss. Big hack by Munyon makes it 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And that's inside. That'll bring the count full. Chase Munyon trying to be the first base runner in this inning. It's been tough going so far. Here's the full count pitch, and it's a breaking ball. Gets him out in front, swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Jaden Gardner through 3 innings. And the game remains 4-0 Pendleton County, and we'll go to the top of the 4th. There's Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We're going to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rox, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
We begin inning number 4 with Pendleton County up by 4 here from Petersburg. Welcome back to the Michael Brothers Baseball Complex. As our cameraman Nick Verzolini makes sure to grab a shot of his alma mater's tent that's sitting out there on the third base side. Nick Verzolini, our cameraman this evening. Spencer Dupuis, our other fellow Marshall alum, back in the studio. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin with you on the call. The first pitch at the top of the 4th is a bunt attempt that goes foul from Wyatt Haynes.
Yeah, tough to, when a fastball is going high, bring that bunt down and keep your bat level.
And the second pitch on the outside corner for strike number 2. Aiden Fuller back on the mound for his first full inning of work, came in for 2/3 of the last inning. And he gets a called strike number 3. Wyatt Haynes goes down after being hit by a pitch his first time up. Second strikeout for Aiden Fuller.
Yeah, if Hedgesville is able to get Pendleton to go 3 up, 3 down, maybe they can light a spark heading into the bottom of the 4th.
The first pitch to Weimer, swing and a miss. Right fielder, number 18, struck out swinging his first time up, and he swings at this one as well, goes foul.
We need some sort of spark so far. Not a lot of offensive production today for Hedgesville.
Here's the 0-2. Big cut, and he can't get the bat on it. That's another strikeout. 2 in a row for Aiden Fuller. That's 2 outs for Hedgesville.
I mean, other than that top of the third, the pitching's looked solid for Hedgesville. Now 8 total strikeouts between the 2 pitchers.
It has been 3 straight strikeouts for Fuller. 1 to end the 3rd inning and 2 to start the 4th. First pitch to Hayden Kimball, who also struck out his first time up, is a ball. 1-0. And he'll swing at this one, but it goes foul over towards the Pendleton dugout. So now a 1-1 count in a 4-0 game. And it's another one. Big cut. Can't get the bat on it. 1-2. Fuller again, and this one on the outside corner. It's another strikeout for Fuller as he strikes out the side and has gotten the last 4 to go down on strikes. But it's still 4-0. Pendleton County as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
Bottom of the 4th from Petersburg. Pendleton County still up 4-0 after their big top of the 3rd. Got them to get the starter Landon Funk for Hedgesville off the mound and got them a nice lead for their pitcher, Jaden Gardner, who's back up on the mound once again. He'll face number 34, extra hitter in the 11th spot for Hedgesville for the first time, Kevin Blosser. First pitch to Blosser will be high for ball number 1.
Kevin Blosser.
Blosser missed Hedgesville's last game with illness, a game that got them to this district tournament against Morgan County. He'll take the second pitch as well. It'll be a strike on the outside corner. Back to 1-1. Gardner, again, only 1 hit through the first 3 innings. 4 strikeouts. Third pitch is a ball, makes it 2-1. So Southpaw stands, steps, and fires again. And it's another foul ball. Blosser gets the count back to even 2-2. And here is the 2-2, and it'll be high and outside. So now a full count for Blosser, trying to be the first base runner in 2 innings. 3 innings, really, since the first for Hedgesville. And that's a swing and a miss. Drop third strike. See the play not in time over at first base. So it'll go down as a strikeout for Gardner, his 5th, but it'll still be a base runner. And again, for the first time since the first inning, Hedgesville has a runner on base.
Yeah, I think that was a tough play for the first baseman to make. Blosser stayed in the base path, but kind of just shielded the vision of the first baseman on that throw from the catcher.
So the lefty left fielder, Austin Jordan, will come up, and that's a passed ball off the glove of the catcher. And Blosser will get to second base. Simons got to it quick, but not quick enough. Davis It looks like we've had a fielding change for Pendleton County. Landon Davis is behind the plate now. To check who's at first base. Yeah, Hyatt is now over first base. Jaden Gardner, 2-0. And that'll be a strike. Goes across the plate. See if Hedgesville can do something. Their first base runner since the first inning. From the 12-hole, Austin Jordan. And that one's over his head. And that'll allow Blosser to make his way over to third. So now one base away from Hedgesville having their first run of the game. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth. That one does catch the outside part of the plate. Runs the count full. Here's the full count pitch. Called strike number 3. On the outside corner. Jordan thought it was outside. But that's the 6th strikeout of the game for Jaden Gardner. Stepping up for his second at bat is Logan Harper, number 11, the center fielder for Hedgesville. Struck out looking to start the game in the bottom of the first. And he will look at another strike. Makes it 0-1. And Harper had a leadoff home run, went 3 for 3 in that district runner-up game against Morgan County as he takes ball 1. And he has a chance to get himself another RBI if he can get a hit here. And that one's way inside. Goes to the backstop. But Davis is able to make a play on it quick enough that Blosser has to stay at third. The count goes to 2-1.
Yeah, that one had enough speed to where it hit the backstop and rolled right back to Davis.
Harper pops this one up. Shallow left field. Mason Miller will be able to make a play on it. So now 2 outs.
You're happy if you're Pendleton. It was no outs, runner on third, and you've been able to strike out one and now have a infield fly out for the second.
Carter Boyd will step up for a second time. He flew out the left field in the bottom of the first. And this will be another fly ball out to left center. But the play is made by Wyatt Haynes in center. Hedgesville strands a runner on third base. So they stay scoreless. So we go to the top of the 5th. 4-0 Pendleton County here in this District 6 tournament. This is Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
Hi, I'm Ron Springer, head golf professional at The Woods. If you're a golfer who loves fun and competition, get your friends together and enter one of the many fundraising tournaments held at The Woods. You and your group may qualify to play in the area's premier golf event, the Tournament of Champions. The winning team will receive individual prizes as well as a cash prize for the organization they represent. For a list of qualifying tournaments, see ads in Around the Panhandle magazine and the Journal. For a list of rules and regulations, visit thewoods.com or contact me, Ron at thewoods.com. Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, Go Bulldogs.
Top of the 5th here in Petersburg from the Michael Brothers Baseball Complex. District 6 Little League Tournament, ages 10 to 12. Hedgesville and Pendleton County currently a 4-0 lead for Pendleton as they step back up to the plate. Trying to extend their lead, Colton Jackson up at the plate, struck out looking first time up. He's going to swing and hit a dribbler down the first base line, but Aiden Fuller, the pitcher, is able to get to it and make the tag before he goes by. So it's 1 pitch and 1 out for Hedgesville.
Landon Davis.
Landon Davis, top of the lineup for Pendleton. Started the game at first base. Now he's behind the plate. And the first pitch to him is inside for ball number 1. Davis swings and misses. At this one, that'll be a strike from Fuller. And he's going to swing at this one again for the second straight strike. Davis 0 for 1 with a line out to third base and a walk. Ended up coming around to score. Swing and a miss, drop, third strike, but the catcher Whittington's right there to make the play. Over to Boyd at first for the second out.
It's 10 total strikeouts now for the pitchers from Hedgesville, 5 each.
A lot of strikeouts. And Hedgesville has been keeping it going, but it was those walks and hit by pitches that loaded the bases, and all it took was 1 bases clearing hit by Mason. He has to go back to the backstop and get it. Evens the count at 2-2 with 2 outs. He has to go back to the backstop and get it. Evens the count at 2-2 with 2 outs. Pendleton trying to extend their lead. Hedgesville trying to keep themselves within striking distance, and it's a foul tip into the glove for another strikeout. 6th one of the ball game for Aiden Fuller since he came in the 3rd inning. So we'll move to the bottom of the 5th here in Petersburg. Pendleton still leading 4-0. We'll take a 60-second break and be back with more Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Join us this summer for the thrill of American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier team in the area, and you don't want to miss 1 second of the action. The next pitch to Baden Hartman is cracked out to deep left field. That ball is going, gone! A 3-run homer! The Hornets begin their season on June 3rd. We'll have coverage all the way through the area tournament, July 18th through the 22nd at P.O. Faulkner Park.
Welcome back to the Michael Brothers Baseball Complex here in Petersburg, West Virginia. Bottom of the 5th, Hedgesville coming to the plate down 4-0 against Pendleton County in this win or go home game in the District 6 Little League Tournament. Jaden Gardner still on the mound. Aiden Fuller hits this one first pitch in the left field, but it's right at Kimball, the left fielder, for the first out.
Today just hasn't been the day offensively right now for Hedgesville. They've been able to, or Pendleton has been able to get these first early outs on few pitches. Still Gardner with now, it looks like, still under 60 pitches here through almost 5 innings at 57 right now. So
4
1/3 to go the distance. I mean, he's got a lot of pitches to work with. As
4 1/3 for Gardner. He's got 6 strikeouts. This one's a ground ball past the glove of the third baseman and shortstop and left fielder. Gets all the way to the wall. It'll be a double as Landon Funk pulls up on second base. Throw not in time and off the mark. So Hedgesville, with 1 down, has another base runner on to try to start this rally.
Here you go, the second hit of the game. He's trying to fire up his dugout, and haven't really heard much from them, but hopefully that's a spark that Hedgesville needs to get back into this one.
Third baseman Jackson stop. Up to bat. Pops this one up to the first base side. It falls in fair in between first base and right field. But it was such a close play that Funk can only get from second to third, so it's a single for Stop. Puts runners on the corners with one out.
Yeah, you didn't want to be too greedy there and have a potential fly out and no tag up, so you had to keep him at second just in case that ball was caught.
Michael Forney at the plate. First pitch from Gardner, hit to first base, past the glove of Height. And it'll be one run in for Hedgesville. The Stop will get from first to third. The runner's still in the corners. There's the first run of the game for Hedgesville.
They're all swinging at the first pitch. They're liking what they see right now from Gardner, and causes a mound visit.
The first sign of trouble for Gardner.
Are they going to pull him?
Well, we'll see. And it looks like, yeah, he has given up the ball. It looks like he gave it up to the third baseman, Jackson Simons. Simon goes to the mound. We'll take a 60-second break for the pitching change. We'll be back with more Little League Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
WVU Medicine welcomes 10 new providers to our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Health Associates East. 2 hospitalists, Dr. Vamsi Amanchi and Dr. Aparna Bahara. 5 providers in emergency medicine, Dr. Douglas Binkelman, Dr. Michael McCullough, Dr. Melissa Natali, and nurse practitioners Sylvia Purdy and Leslie Purcell. And 3 specialists, Dr. William Ware, pediatrics, nurse practitioners Brittany Johnson, OBGYN, and Kristen Renzi, cardiology. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Welcome back to Petersburg. It's now 4-1 Pendleton County, as this is the first sign of trouble. As Hedgesville's bats are starting to come alive, Jace Whittington comes to the plate with runners on the corners and one out, and he squares around the bunt at the first pitch that goes in the dirt from Jackson Simon. It's enough for the runner on first to move to second, but not enough to get the runner home from third. So now second and third with one out and a 1-0 count. Simon hits one right up between the legs of Simon and then into center field past the glove of the second baseman. It's a second run of the inning for Hedgesville. The stop comes in. So runners on the corners once again, and now it's only a 2-run lead for Pendleton County.
We've seen them come back from a larger deficit during the area tournament. They were down 9-3 against Jefferson, able to come back and get the win. 8-3, excuse me.
So Reed Michael squaring around the bunt. They're going to get a stolen base from first to second as Davis throws the ball to shortstop in between the pitcher's mound and second base, try to force the runner to come home. So catcher's indifference allows the run to go from first to second. That's ball number 2 to Reed Michael, 2-0.
You got the tying run in scoring position now.
And Michael pops this one up, foul, and out of play. So here's a 2-1 count with one out. Runners on second and third for Reed Michael. He's going to look at this one low for ball number 3. So we get the right kind of hit here, and Hedgesville could be right back tied up in this one. Simon with the 3-1. This one's hit, popped up into right field, off the glove of the right fielder. One run's going to score. Makes it a 1-run ball game. And here comes Hedgesville.
Yeah, that's a tough play to make if you're Weimer. He had his glove up, thought that he was going to get underneath it, then had to quickly try to bring it down for a basket catch, and that's what caused the bobble and the drop eventually.
And it's a pass ball. The tying run comes in safe at home. Uh-oh. It's Hedgesville. They tied it up at 4.
Never count them out.
Back squared up even, 4-4 in this one in the bottom of the 5th. If you're Hedgesville, you have to feel good because Aiden Fuller's come on the mound and there's been a strikeout machine on the other side. There's Will Meyer on the ground to short. Fakes a tag over to second base, makes the throw to first for the second out. He's able to hold the runner at second before making the throw over. So still a runner on second. The go-ahead run for Hedgesville. Chase Munyon will step up to the plate.
You got the go-ahead run still in scoring position.
Here's the first pitch from Simon to Munyon. It's a ball high up in the zone.
The offense has had 4 hits so far this inning for Hedgesville, along with these 4 runs to tie things up.
Here's the next pitch from Simon. Check swing. Ball in the dirt.
10, 11,
and looks like they'll rule the ball.
You got Pendleton County asking for the pitch count here, trying to make sure strategically if they want to leave him in.
And
or
the
if
next pitch is on the outside corner for the first strike.
Going to swap out for a new pitcher in case they're able to still get this win.
And again, the winner of this one faces the loser of our next game. Try to go to the state tournament. Foul ball from Munyon makes it 2-2.
It's a tough decision, though, to pull somebody that maybe is settled in, because you never know if there's a tomorrow.
2-2, 2 out. This one bounces off home plate. So now it's a full count. Chase Munyon struck out swinging his first time up against Jaden Gardner. Jackson Simon trying to keep this one tied. Here's the full count on the ground, right back to Simon. Makes the first base play, and that's the third out. So we stay tied, but it's a 4-run inning for Hedgesville to get us there. We'll go to the top of the 6th. It's now 4-4 between Hedgesville and Pendleton County. After a 60-second break, we'll be back with more Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
We enter the 6th and final inning here from Petersburg. Hedgesville and Pendleton County back tied at 4 apiece after a 4-run inning from Hedgesville. First pitch from Aiden Fuller is a strike into Cohen Hyatt, the first baseman, starting the game at second base. Second pitch will be fouled, out of play. So quick 0-2. Aiden Fuller, 7 strikeouts, 1 run on 1 hit so far. This one will be outside and low for a ball. Here's the 1-2 from Fuller. Swing. Strike 3. And that's strikeout number 7 for Fuller in just 3 innings of work.
Yeah, both pitchers today for Hedgesville have been wheeling and dealing.
And there's another swinging strike to Mason Miller, who was the main reason that Pendleton had that lead. Bases clearing triple his last time up. And he'll swing and miss again. Aiden Fuller seems to be in a groove. And we'll get a time called by the home plate umpire. But it's a quick one. We'll go right back. Fuller rocks and fires. And it's another strikeout on a swing. 2 outs. 2 straight sent down. Now it's 5 straight strikeouts.
Now out of the 17 outs today, 13 have been strikeouts for Hedgesville.
So now with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, it'll be Bryce Probst. 0 for 1 today. Had a fielder's choice RBI to get that 4th run in that 3rd inning. Count sits at 1-1. This one's hit right over the glove of the first baseman. A little bit of a bobble out in right field. Could have possibly had a play at first. It was shallow enough. But the new right fielder, Carter Boyd, wasn't quite able to make the play, so it's a single for Probst.
Yeah, that's a tough play for Funk, too, who just got put at first base, I believe, as well.
And that's your defensive changes for Hedgesville. This one's in the air to right field, and Boyd's able to make this play. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Hedgesville with a chance to win it in a tie game, 4-4. Winner of this one is 1 game away from the State Little League Tournament. After a 60-second break, we'll be back with more of this District 6 tournament here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
The District 6 tournament, 10-12 Little League. Hedgesville with a chance to win it in our 6th regulation inning. It'll be Mason Miller now up on the mound for Pendleton County. Try to send this one to extra innings. They'll face a tough part of the lineup. There's some defensive changes. It'll be Simon back behind the plate for Pendleton County. It looks like Landon Davis back to first. And coming up to bat is going to be Kevin Blosser. Got on base with a drop third strike. So we will see the top of the lineup here in this 6th inning for Hedgesville. It'll be Blosser, Jordan, and Harper due up. Mason Miller was the shortstop. Now he's on the mound. First pitch low, past the catcher Simon for ball number 1. Kevin Blosser try to get things going to get the win for Hedgesville in the 6th inning. And he'll swing and miss at the second pitch, makes it 1-1. And here is the 1-1, and he'll hit it right back to Miller off his glove. He's able to recover and make the play in time for out number 1.
You wasn't sure if he was going to be able to pull that off after you said the bobble, and then the throw over was a little low to Davis, but he was able to crouch down and bring down his glove below his knees to make that catch.
So now it'll be the number 12 hitter, Austin Jordan. Struck out looking his first time. He squares around the bunt. This one goes foul. So the infield right now for Pendleton County is Haynes at third, Hyatt at short, Probst at second, Davis at first. The 0-1 from Mason Miller, the wind up, the pitch. Jordan able to get that one into center field for a single. The winning run is on base for Hedgesville, and the top of the lineup is here to come.
We know he has home run power as well. Seen him do it before in the area tournament. See if he can do it again here and be the hero for Hedgesville to seal another comeback win.
And he had 3 hits, including that leadoff home run in the game against Morgan County, to become the area runners-up and get to this game. First pitch to Harper is a slow breaking ball that gets across the plate for strike number 1. Miller looks into his catcher, Simon. Winds up, throws another breaking ball. This one doesn't quite catch the outside corner. So we move to 1-1. 4-4 here, bottom of the 6th. Winning run on first base for Hedgesville. Miller with a fastball, does get the outside corner that time. 1-2. Again, Hedgesville was down 4-0 in this one after a 4-run top of the 3rd by Pendleton County, but they fought back just like they did against Jefferson in the area tournament to even things up. This one on the ground to shortstop, off the glove of Hyatt, and it's going to be no play made at first base. So now runners on first and second. Winning run only 2 bases away now.
Hyatt just never had that one fully in his glove. He picked it up and it rolled right out into the ground.
Carter Boyd at the plate now. Swings at nothing but air on that first pitch. 0-1. So Mason Miller trying to strand the winning run at second base. Wind up in the pitch to Boyd is low. Nice snag by Simon to make sure it doesn't go to the backstop and make that winning run even closer. Miller stands, winds and throws. This one in the dirt again, but it's swung on by Boyd for strike 2. So 1-2 count with 1 out. Runners on first and second in a 4-4 ball game in the bottom of the 6th. Hedgesville trying to get themselves 1 win away from the state tournament. This one slips out of the hand of Miller. They're going to throw down to third base, but the runners both advance.
That's dangerous.
It was over the head of Simon. Tried to jump up and grab it, but he couldn't. Went to the backstop. 2-2. Carter Boyd trying to drive in the winning run as it stands at third base. Miller gets him to swing and miss. Huge strikeout for Pendleton County. Gets them to 2 outs. And now the pitcher, Aiden Fuller, steps to the plate, who's had a great game up on the mound. And now he'll try to get himself the win. This is the first pitch fouled back behind home plate. 8 strikeouts since he came in with 1 out in the 3rd inning for Aiden Fuller up on the mound. But at the plate so far, he's reached base on an error and flew out to left field. Here's the 0-1 to Miller. He swings and misses again, 0-2. Pendleton County has 1 strike to get to strand the winning run for Hedgesville out at third base here in the bottom of the 6th in a 4-4 game. Miller fires again, and it's a strikeout. The outside pitch got Fuller to chase. And we will go to extra innings. 4-4 as we go to the top of the 7th. Pendleton County up to bat here in this District 6 tournament. You're watching and listening to Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Extra innings here in Petersburg, West Virginia. The Michael Brothers Baseball Complex, Hedgesville, and Pendleton County. Tied at 4 in the top of the 7th as Pendleton comes up after they were up 4-0 after a 4-run third. Hedgesville comes back in the 6th. Excuse me, the 5th, as the first pitch is swung on and missed by Wyatt Haynes. And it's another bunt attempt, of a swinging bunt by Haynes, and it's a second strike from the number 7 hitter for Pendleton County. Hit by a pitch and struck out looking in his first 2 at-bats. And there's another strikeout. 9 on the day for Aiden Fuller.
All those were high as well.
So now it's Jackson Weimer, who is 0 for 2 with, you guessed it, 2 strikeouts. And he swings and misses at this one as Hedgesville, between Landon Funk and Aiden Fuller, are up to 14 strikeouts. And Weimer gets a bat on this one. Boyd can't make the play. It's over his head. Weimer's going to head for second. Boyd's able to throw it in, but not in time, as it also goes past the glove of the shortstop into left field. But Weimer will stay at second base.
Probably could have had more there as that throw went by.
He might have been able to.
Couldn't really tell from my angle how far that went into left field.
So it's a 1-out double.
As I look at Nick, because he's the one running the camera.
And that's a bunt attempt missed for strike number 1. The left fielder got there pretty quick. I think the third baseman would have been able to recover quickly enough. Reed Michael over there at third. Here's another bunt attempt from Kimball. Looks like he gets the bat around. It's a pass ball, though. So that will get Weimer over to third base. So now the sacrifice bunt to get him over to third is no longer necessary. The coach's son, Hayden Kimball, up, and he's going to bunt anyway. But the play is not able to be made. It's thrown away at first. Weimer will score. Pendleton takes the lead, 5-4. Kimball will go to second base. Fuller throws it away off the glove of Funk at first.
Beautifully placed bunt. The runner at third hesitated, so you thought it was going to be a perfect opportunity for Hedgesville to get the out and keep the runner at third. But the throw off the money. Pendleton retakes the lead.
Back on top is Pendleton County. As Colton Jackson, the number 10 hitter, comes to bat. Struck out looking his first time up. Grounded out to the pitcher in his second at-bat. And with a good hit here, Jackson could potentially make this a 2-run game. Fuller with the second pitch. The 1-0 is fouled off. Almost into the glove of the catcher. Whittington behind the plate makes it 1-1. Here is the 1-1. Hit on the ground to first base, but just barely foul, as it was fielded by Landon Funk over at first. So Hayden Kimball will make his way back to second base after he's able to get that go-ahead run across the plate. Fuller fires, and it's a ball outside, 2-2. So here's the next pitch at 2-2, right at Funk at first. Kind of floated its way over to him for the second out.
It's a tough play, though. He had to hop over the first base bag so he didn't trip over it while making that catch, and now he's telling his right fielder back up.
Yeah, that allows Pendleton to get back to the top of the lineup for Landon Davis. And the first pitch is a ball, and as will the second one, makes it 2-0. Davis, the lefty, forcing Carter Boyd in right field to make a shift in his alignment. 2-0 is fouled off. Jace Whittington goes and recovers it, gives it back to the home plate umpire. So Aiden Fuller finally running into some trouble, giving up his second run of the game. And Fuller, this 2-1 will be low for ball number 3. Top of the 7th here from Petersburg. Pendleton County's taking the lead back. The 3-1 pitch is on the outside corner. Now it's a full count with 2 outs. Here's the full count pitch, and that one is low. And for the second time this game, Landon Davis is on base. The ball goes past the pitcher and slow rolls into center field, but no advancement is made by Hayden Kimball. Don't think he quite realized it. But that'll allow the catcher, Jackson Simon, who has 2 hits today, to come up to bat. He fouls this one down the left field line on the first pitch. Number 99, the catcher, had moved himself over to the pitcher's mound for a bit before moving back behind the plate. And Simon hits this one on the ground to short. He's going to try to run it over to second base, and he does so in time for the third out, but not before Pendleton County retakes the lead with a 1-run top of the 7th inning. It's now 5-4 Pendleton, and Hedgesville now down to their final 3 outs. Try to extend this game or get the win in the bottom of the 7th. This is Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 60.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Bottom of the 7th inning here in Petersburg. Pendleton County needs 3 outs to get themselves 1 game away from the State Little League Tournament here in District 6. 10-12. Hedgesville trying to stay alive. They'll bring up Landon Funk to the mound, who started off the 5th inning with a double. It was that 4-run 5th inning that tied the game back up. See if they can do it again. This one hit right back, 1 hop to Miller at the pitcher's mound. He gets it over to first base to Davis for the first out.
Miller's made it really tough on himself. That one caught up, bobbled, kicked around before he was able to barehand it and scoop it.
So now it'll be Jackson's stop. Back up to the plate. He had a single in that first inning and came around to score as part of that comeback. Miller trying to shut the door. This is a high arcing ball that never comes back down low enough for a strike. Makes it 1-0. Stop trying to start the rally for Miller. This one's inside and up by the head of the new second baseman. Started the game at third. Grounded out to shortstop in his first at-bat before getting that single in his second. His third time around, he squares the bunt, pulls it back, it's 3-0. So Miller falling behind. Still no base runners on. This is the tying run at the plate for Hedgesville. Down to the last 2 outs. Miller from the stretch. Can't get that one in the zone either as that bounces back to the backstop.
Nobody's covering second.
Yeah, you were right, Colin. That would have been a heads-up play.
The shortstop was getting ready to go over. So
it might have been a close one. Stop has speed. But now it'll be one of the extra hitters for Hedgesville in this 12-man lineup. Michael Forney. He squares the bunt. Can't get that one. And they're stealing second. And the throw is not in time. Simon wanted to make that throw immediately, but his middle infielders were late getting over. It is a strike, as Forney did not get the bat back around on that bunt attempt. He won't square on this pitch, and that's strike 2 looking. Michael Forney got himself an RBI single in that 5th inning comeback. Grounded out right to first base in his first at-bat. The 0-2 fouled off.
Swung as hard as he could on that one.
So just like that 5th inning, Hedgesville has a tying run on second base trying to make a comeback. 1 out. This one's in the dirt, but handled by Simon, making sure they hold stop over at second.
And good communication by his coaches in the dugout to yell out feet to let him know where the ball was. Otherwise, the base runner probably would have went.
Miller looks in from the windup. Here's the 1-2. Off the glove of Simon again, inside. So that's ball number 2. 2-2 count, 1 out here in this 1-run ball game. Top of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th. Hedgesville down to their last 2 outs. Miller does Michael Forney just barely outside the strike zone. Makes it a full count. Miller the 3-2. Forney on the ground to second base. The play is made by Probst, and he underhand throws it to first for the 2nd out. But the tying run does move to third. Jackson stopped just 1 base away. Straight line between him and a tie game. And it's Jace Whittington, who had the game-tying single in the 5th inning his last time up, to complete that 4-run comeback. Here's the windup and the pitch from Miller. In the dirt, pass ball. Here he comes to home. This will decide it. He's safe. Hedgesville ties the game. And
wow,
that was a very close play at the plate.
That's as close as it gets. He just slid right underneath that tag.
From my view, my gut was he was out.
I'll have to see if we got any replay on it for those back home tuning in.
But that ties the game up at 5 here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. And Jace Whittington swings and misses at this one. So now Hedgesville has kept themselves alive to, at the very least, force an 8th inning. Mason Miller, the windup. Called strike 2 to Whittington. Now in this 5-5 game, 0-2. Whittington takes that one for a ball. Kind of thought about swinging at that one. His feet slid a little bit in the box. 1-2 pitch. Just a bit inside. Makes it 2-2. Even up. Deuce is wild, 2-2, 2 outs. This one's popped up a little bit over the head of the second baseman Props, but he's able to make the play on it for the third out of the inning. But Hedgesville, on a very close pass ball play at the plate, ties this game at 5, and we go to the top of the 8th here in Petersburg. We'll be back after the 60-second break with more District 6 Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
It's now the 8th inning here in Petersburg in this District 6 tournament game between Hedgesville and Pendleton County. Hedgesville had to get one run to keep this game alive, and they did it in as close a fashion as you can find. A nail-biter play at the plate on a pass ball allowed Jackson Stop to score. And now, here in the 8th inning, we'll start with a runner on second base in this 5-5 ball game. And it looks like the umpires are going to have a discussion here with our District 6 director, who is just sitting outside the field of play. And the last out has to be the base runner. And it'll be Cohen Hyatt up at the plate. And it'll be Jackson Simon, the runner on second, as he was the last out of the 7th inning.
Alrighty.
I think they're just having confirmation. Maybe they're thinking about a pinch runner. But Haidt up at the plate is going to face Aiden Fuller, and that's a base hit in the left field. And they're going to send the runner home. The play at the plate, not in time. Pendleton County takes back the lead on the first pitch of the 8th.
Yeah, I think you're right that the throw probably would have been late, but even if it was on time, Whittington was unable to handle it.
Number 21, Mason Miller.
Interesting, though, that they have the runner on second rule in the second extra inning, not in the first.
Right, that's interesting, as opposed to MLB starts it right off. And speaking of starting it right off, this at-bat by Mason Miller started off with a base hit. They're going to send the runner home again. The throw is up the line. Would have been in time from center field. But that allows Haidt to score, and that's 2 runs on 2 pitches for Pendleton County, makes it 7-5.
Yep, they're taking advantage of every opportunity right now and have a infield visit for the Hedgesville players as coach comes out only to talk with the umpire, not with his team. So I don't think that counts, but
the catcher went and talked to Fuller up on the mound. The rest kind of made their way in, but then stopped when their coach, when it was clear that he wasn't coming out to the mound. But now Bryce Probst will swing and miss at the first pitch of the at-bat from Aiden Fuller, who's now given up 4 runs. 9 strikeouts still on the day for Fuller, and it's another cut can't have contact made on it. That makes it 0-2 with no outs. And Fuller will, in fact, get his 10th strikeout. Another swing that cuts down another batter. Double-digit strikeouts on the day for Fuller. 15th total for Hedgesville in this one.
He's now at 70 pitches.
Gardner hits one to shortstop, but it's off the glove of Chase Munyon. So that'll be another base runner for Pendleton County with 1 out. Runners now on the corners as Miller stops at third.
Yeah, and I'd expect on the pitch the first base runner to try to go to take away the traditional double play.
Right, and to also perhaps try to force that throw down to second.
Yeah, we'll see if there's one or if they just decide on the catcher's indifference.
And he will run down the second. And it's traditional catcher's indifference. Gardner not even really running at full speed, but they just throw the ball back to the pitcher. So now it's second and third for Pendleton County's base runners. As Wyatt Haynes fouls this one back to the back fence. Makes it 0-2.
See if Fuller gets to his max. He's now 12 pitches away.
Getting close. This one's on the ground to second base. They're going to throw it over to first for the second out. But Mason Miller's going to come across the score and makes it a 3-run lead for Pendleton County.
Yeah, that was the only play possible. Get the out, but give up another run.
Yeah, the ball was slow enough on the ground that Miller was able to make his way to home. No throw from Staub. They get the second out. Jackson Weimer with a double to start off the seventh inning. And it's another swing and a foul ball. Makes it 0-2. 2 outs. Again, Pendleton County back up to a 3-run lead with a runner on third. They can try to get themselves back up to 4. And Weimer hits that one again off the glove of Munyon. He still has a chance for a play. Not in time at first. The Pendleton County goes back up by 4. It's now 9-5. Hard hit ball on the ground to Chase Munyon. Popped off his glove. Couldn't get there to first in time as the first pitch to Hayden Kimball swung on and missed. So 9-5 here in the top of the 8th. And Kimball hits this one slow rolling over to Munyon at short. Just tosses it to second. And that will be the third out. But it's another 4-run inning for Pendleton County. Makes them up by 4 runs, 9-5. As we go to the bottom of the 8th. Once again, Hedgesville in extra innings will have to get a comeback. This one a lot harder than the last. After the 60-second break, we'll be back with more Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Back with extra innings here from Petersburg in the District 6 West Virginia 10-12 Little League Tournament. First pitch of the inning to Reed Michael is a strike. Pendleton County up by 4, 9-5 after the 4-run top of the 8th inning. Reed Michael swings and misses. At the second pitch, it's 0-2.
Now the question is, can Hedgesville do it again today? And that's come back from down 4 runs.
They had a big 6-run comeback against Jefferson in the area tournament. They had a 4-run deficit in this one to send it to extra innings. They were down by a run in the 7th and came back and tied it again. But now this one, they have 1 inning to get 4 runs. This is a ball, second in a row from Mason Miller to Reed Michael, makes it 2-2. So once again, just like Pendleton County had in the top of the inning, runner starts on second base. It's Jace Whittington out there for Hedgesville. This one's a pass ball, and he's going to move to third without a throw down. So that's a full count now to Michael. Mason Miller will wind up and throw it to the plate. This one hit right back at Miller, but he can't quite make the play. They're going to throw it home, and he's out. Tag made by Simon. Catcher on catcher crime as Jace Whittington's out at the plate. It was a slow roller, but it was a nice play by Cohen Height to throw it down to prevent that run from scoring.
Yeah, great heads-up play by him to realize that because the ball was grounded over to the left side, that would cause the runner to wait before trying to go home, thinking that it was going to be a throw to first. Instead, it was a throw home, and now 1 out, runner on first, and Hedgesville down to its final 2 outs, down 4.
That's how they started the 7th inning, but they were able to come back. Runner on first for Will Meyer. It's a passed ball, wild pitch, actually. They'll throw down to second, but Michael was able to get there in time. So runner moves up 1 base. And Pendleton County got themselves a 4-run lead in the top of the 8th. Got the first 2 runs on the first 2 pitches. Here's the pitch from Miller. 2-0, and it's low, makes it 3-0. Will Meyer 0 for 2 on the day. Popped out to second base, ground out to short. And he will take strike 1. Squared around the bunt and pulled it back. So Miller with the 3-1, winds and throws, fouled off. Will Meyer stays alive. The counts run full. Reed Michael over at second base and 1 out. Miller will throw again. This one over, lined to first base. The play's made by Landon Davis.
Yeah, and he just missed a double play because nobody was at second to throw to. He had the runner caught off the bag having to tag up. Nobody was there. So now we're down to the 10-hitter. Chase Munyon. Struck out and grounded out so far. And he will take ball number 1 high up in the zone. Pendleton County with a 4-run lead is 1 out away from being 1 win away from the State Little League Tournament. And the second pitch is the second ball of the at-bat. Miller switching to the stretch for this one. Squaring around the bunt is Munyon. He pulls it back, and that's strike number 1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Back to the windup goes Miller, and it's a cut, but it's all air. Chase Munyon down to his final strike, as is Hedgesville. Need this win to stay alive for a trip to the state tournament. This one is a wild pitch off the glove. They'll throw down to third. In time! Trying to advance from second to third was Reed Michael. He couldn't get there in time. Nice play made by Jackson Simon. And Pendleton County advances. They're 1 win away from the State Little League Tournament. And the run ends for Hedgesville as Pendleton wins 9-5 in 8 innings. Yeah, what a game. Hedgesville offensively wasn't there at the start, down 4-0 into the 5th. They were able to tie it up, force extra innings. They fought hard, just came up short still. Great to see them perform today. Never gave up from start to finish, but unfortunately, their run comes to an end.
came back down 8-3 to win against Jefferson. Came back in this one, down 4-0 to tie it at 4. Came back in extra innings, down 5-4 to tie it at 5. But Pendleton's 8th inning offensive outburst was just too much to come back from with only 3 outs to go. We'll take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll wrap this one up here from Petersburg. And as they get the field ready for the game that decides the first advancement to the state tournament between Martinsburg and Moorfield. And back in 60 seconds with the post-game wrap-up here from Petersburg on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Again, it's a 9-5 victory for Pendleton County over Hedgesville in the District 6 10-12 Little League Tournament. Hedgesville heads home. Pendleton County awaits the loser of our next game between Martinsburg and Moorfield. The winner of that game goes straight to the state tournament. Pendleton needs one more to be able to advance themselves. We'll look at our box score in this one. It was a heck of a game on both sides. We'll start with Hedgesville. So we see that they got a great pitching performance in a lot of ways from their 2 on the mound. A whole lot of strikeouts, 15 total on the day. They started with Landon Funk, who went 2 1/3, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, struck out 5 in just 2 1/3. And then Aiden Fuller went 5 2/3, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, struck out 10. And Logan Harper went 1 for 3 with a strikeout. It was 1 RBI for Michael Forney, 1 RBI for Jace Whittington, 1 for Reed Michael. Those are the 3 RBIs on the day. Jackson Stopp came in for a run twice. Landon Funk scored a run himself. Whittington and Forney were able to score 1 run apiece. And on the Pendleton County side, it was a 4 RBI day for Mason Miller and the eventual winning pitcher, as he had a bases-clearing triple. Cohen Height got himself an RBI, came across the score 2 times himself. Jackson Simon scored 2 times on 2 hits and 4 at-bats. 1 run scored for Landon Davis. 1 run scored for our starting pitcher, Jaden Gardner. 2 hits, 1 RBI, and 1 run scored for Jackson Weimer. And Hayden Kimball got himself an RBI in 3 at-bats. So, Colin, your last thoughts here? Well, first of all, just give a shout-out to the pitchers for Pendleton County. 4 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, and 6 strikeouts for Jaden Gardner. Jackson Simon went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, 1 run. And then Mason Miller closed out the last 3 innings, only giving up 2 hits and 1 run and 1 walk and 2 strikeouts to be the eventual winning pitcher.
Great way to start off today. Hopefully we have another great game coming up between Moorfield and Martinsburg. For our sake, hopefully not another extra inning game, but hopefully a competitive one nonetheless.
Yeah, so that'll wrap things up for this first game here from the Michael Brothers Baseball Complex here in Petersburg, West Virginia. For Spencer Dupuis back in the studio, Nick Verzolini, our cameraman, Colin McLaughlin alongside me, I'm Dylan Bishop. We'll take a break here for probably just under a half hour to get the game and the field ready for Martinsburg versus Moorfield. We'll swap some things around. You'll have Nick and Colin on the call for that one, and we'll be back to see who is the first team from District 6 to advance to the state tournament. And we'll take a break as Spencer will get you some content loaded up back in the studio, and we'll be back probably just a little bit before 8:30, maybe around 8:20 for some pregame for Martinsburg versus Moorfield. This has been Little League Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. We'll be back soon for game number 2.
We thank you for listening to live play-by-play coverage of Little League All-Star Baseball. Little League All-Star Baseball is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. All rights reserved.